muscular tension. That's the title, that's the coach tip and breakdown that I really want to cover today. I see way too many people that are just like struggling to activate all of this, the body, the core, the trunk, to create muscle stiffness. Okay, that's the definition of tension, is to create that rigidity. Okay, I have three patterns that I want to cover today with you guys. The first one will be a little bit more emphasis on the anterior chain. The second one will be more emphasis on the squatting movements. And the third one will be more hinging mechanics. So bringing those shoulders in front and the hips back. So let's go for the first one. Nice. So for the first one, it's an exercise that you can do anytime, anywhere with just your body weight. So that's why it's just like fantastic. The name of the exercise is the RKC plank. Okay, everyone can hold a traditional plank like that for ages. I don't even know like the record, but it's you can hold a long time. With the RKC plank, RKC stands for Russian Kettlebell Club. The RKC plank, the goal is to create as much muscle tension as you can in the forearm plank position. In the position, the first thing that you will want to focus on is to create some force by pressing the elbows on the floor. Second thing, those two fists, you are going to squeeze them as hard as you can. Okay? From there, you place both feet in the plank position, and from there you irradiate tension by squeezing those fists together, squeezing the legs, squeezing the glutes, and boom, squeezing and just like ramping up to 100% muscle tension. That plank position you will not be able to hold for ages. The goal here is to stay roughly for 20 to 25 seconds. And that position allows you to feel that muscle tightness from the full body, mainly from the shoulder protraction, your core activation, but obviously you need to tense your legs as well. Okay, so again, you place the position, and for the prescribed amount of time, you try to ramp up to that 100% effort. It should feel super hard, okay? Even being out of breath. Okay, so that was the first one, the RKC plank. A movement that's super similar to the RKC plank is the sled push. If you have access to a sled at your gym, it's something that can be felt exactly the same way. So let's just go on that sled. So you'll see that the position that I'm in with the sled looks very similar than what we just did with the RKC. So when you hop on the sled, whatever the weight you have access to, you should feel that connection. With the RKC plank, it's what with the floor. With the sled, it's with the sled push. When I touch that sled and that I'm connecting with the sled, you should feel that protraction with the shoulders. That core engagement is very similar. So as soon as you enter that sled, you don't have the choice. You cannot just not feel that tension. So entering the sled, you connect, and then you feel that full body tension that allows you to move the sled. So very similar movement, but for the anterior chain and to feel that core activation, I find that those two are super effective. Right, so moving on to the second pattern, the squatting movement. The one exercise that I really enjoy and that allows you to naturally feel that muscle tension, I'm going to say that word a lot of time today, that stiffness, that rigidity, is the Zercher grip. Whether you are doing a Zercher squat or a Zercher lunge, that position with the barbell, which is this one, you bring those elbows under the bar, you just like, again, connect without losing the bar. You connect with the bar, and shouldn't we put a bit of weight? Because I think that we need to put some weight to feel a connection. Nice. So, just like we were saying, but the Zercher grip, we place the elbows under the bar, and before racking the bar, obviously we need to brace, which is like one main topic also to create that tension. Big brace and big breath in. Tension is locked, and you can already feel that with the bar in front of my body, we need to retract the shoulder blades and to feel all that stiffness with the trunk and with the core. I'm going to demonstrate one reverse lunge. All that tension is on. Come back up. Come back up. Boom. Dropping the bar. That grip is fantastic. Like, if you have never tried the Zercher grip, it's something that's a bit tricky to feel at the beginning, like placing the bar on your elbows, but you can limit the mobility access from a front rack. A lot of people struggle with the front rack mobility, so something like this allows you to, again, feel that tightness. Is super accessible, and you can really develop that awareness and that positioning thanks to the Zercher grip. Out of breath. Something that just came to mind that's very similar also is a goblet wall sit. Everybody knows the wall sit, but when you place yourself in the wall sit position with a weight, very similar to what we just said with the plank, everyone can hold passively like that for ages. Okay, maybe at some point you'll feel a bit the legs, but irradiating that tension for 20 to 25 seconds at 100% muscle tension, you will feel it right away. Here, big breath in, contract, you squeeze the kettlebell over here, you create tension, isolating the legs. Super hard, super hard, and it changes everything. Next time you do that wall sit, you pace yourself, and we want to see the redness in your face after 25 seconds. Yeah, so obviously there's a bunch of different exercises, but those Zercher squat and the wall sit is like the pure example of what we are discussing today. Moving on to the third pattern, the hinging mechanics. One of the best exercise, obviously, is the deadlift. But before the deadlift, I found that using the overcoming isometric deadlift, which is what we are going to demonstrate today, allows you to develop that positioning awareness. Okay, overcoming isometric usually refers to positions that you need to hold to create maximum force, but there is no movement. Okay, you stay in the isometric position. There's also the yielding isometric, but on the yielding portion, you are more usually trying to resist the weight, resisting the gravity. For example, a yielding position will be to hold extended lunge with a weight and to resist that position. Here for today, the overcoming isometric deadlift, it looks like that. You have your barbell on the floor, and you need to set up some pins, some just like handles to place the bar and to place the barbell just underneath. Okay, so if you see here my setup, the bar is at below knee level. The movement is as following. You place yourself in the deadlift position, so just like that, you know that you are in the proper position. And just like for the others, the goal is to create 100% full body tension For this time, 5 seconds. You cannot hold that more than this because you will see that it's super demanding on your nervous system. So if you are doing that before a deadlift, the goal is to maximize your deadlift, not the overcoming isometric deadlift. So over here, big breath in, and you're going to pull that barbell. Release. Whew. And you are hot in a matter of seconds, okay? You could also place the pin a bit lower or placing the pin a bit higher. That just depends on the portion that you want to target a bit more on the deadlift, but I think that you got the point. A very similar position to this one would be a plate bent over row hold. You take a plate, it doesn't need to be like super heavy, it can be ranging from 5 to 15 kg. This time you need to be a little bit wider with your feet, and same thing here, we are targeting the posterior chain, so meaning everything behind the body. We have the plate over here, you retract the shoulder blades, you bring the plate to your belly button, and you try to just like rip the plate apart and connecting all the back muscles. Super effective. I gave that exercise to the last class that I taught last week, and this position allows people to ingrain those patterns and to activate the proper muscles. Everyone knows that usually the posterior chain is pretty tricky for a lot of individuals to just get right, to retract the shoulder blades, to keep the trunk vertical, to shoot the hips back. Like this exercise, even though we have the feet that are a bit wider, you can, boom, connect your core, connect your legs, and feel all the back muscles that are activated. So great exercise. Okay, so guys, you have it. The 3 patterns, the anterior chain, the squatting, and the hinging mechanics. We covered a few exercises, just like we said, there's a bunch of different exercises, but I think that you got the point, which is the muscle stiffness, the rigidity that you create by properly bracing yourself, the inhale, the exhales, the trunk stiffness, the awareness that you need to activate the proper muscles at the right time. Like those exercises are key to practice and to develop better stiffness over time. So I really hope that you enjoyed today's video, the breakdown. And yeah, if you have any other exercises, things that you want to cover, just hop on the comment section. Yeah, we'll just talk to you guys soon.